I only read one book, but it's a good book, don't you know? I act the way I act because the good book tells me so. If I want to know how to be good, it's to the good book that I go. Because the good book is a book, and it is good, and it's a book.
And God blessed Noah and his sons, and said unto them, Be fruitful, and multiply, and replenish the earth, for ye have much fucking to do to replace all the people that were needlessly drowned in my pointless and futile attempt to rid the world of evil. And the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, upon all that moveth upon the earth, and upon all the fishes of the sea. Into your hands are they delivered. And with that did God invent take-out food, delivered unto your door in under half an hour, or pay us not, ye shall have to. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you, apart from all of those things that are either inedible or poisonous, or that do consider that you are meat for them. However, in times to come that will not stop the French from adding a few herbs and trying to eat them anyway. Even as the green herb have I given you all things, even though there is only 2 of every unclean kind of animal remaining on the earth, 1 male and 1 female. Feel free to make a few of them extinct to give a little variation to your diet. But take us care to start with those things known as dinosaurs, as their continued existence would cause a few problems later on, as they already appear to be many times older than the Earth is. A great many of them have physiologies that are intended for an environment much different from the one that exists now, so you might as well put them out of their misery. But flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall ye not eat, for you must make sure you kill the thing stone dead first, and not just lop a leg off and let the rest of it roam free until you fancy another snack. And surely your blood of your lives will I require. At the hand of every beast will I require it, and at the hand of man. At the hand of every man's brother will I require the life of man, for I am a bloodthirsty God, and do like blood more than I like cows, kebabs, or buffalo wings. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed, which I knowest is a complete reversal of opinion from the judgment I did hand down upon Cain, but that is not as to the point. I am the Lord God, and I can change us my mind if I want to, and there is fuck us all you can do about it. For in the image of God made he man. For this time God did think that, considering the confusion last time, it would be wise to point out right from the start that killing other people is wrong, although at this point, considering he had another 41 chapters of this book to get through, and a good few of those involved copious amounts of murder and gruesome deaths carried out on his whim and command, he thought that it would keep it simple at first, and explain the exceptions to the rules as he went along. And you, be ye fruitful, and multiply, bring forth abundantly in the earth, and multiply therein. For though I mention this at the beginning of the chapter, I do mention it again, for right now, apart from the Egyptians over there, who don't seem to have noticed the whole flood thing that was here for over a year, and did cover their lands to a great depth so that they would be killed, only they weren't. With there only being just the 8 of you, there is a desperate need to get the human race going again. And God spake unto Noah, and to his sons with him, in a large booming voice from the clouds, saying, And I, behold, I establish my covenant with you, and with your seed after you, which would be one of many covenants that I will establish with various heroes and villains in this book in the years to come, and with every living creature that is with you, of the fowl, of the cattle, and of every beast of the earth with you, from all that go out of the ark, to every beast of the earth, because normal and sane people do deals with cows and chickens all the time. And I will establish my covenant with you. Neither shall all flesh be cut off any more by the waters of a flood, apart from when, in times to come, following many earthquakes in certain parts of the world, which will have an entirely natural explanation, there would be such a thing as a tsunami, which would be caused by these earthquakes, and will cause great floods to come upon the coastal regions of many countries. Now many people will die. And far across the world in distant lands, my friends, preachers who are full of the Spirit of the Lord, and full of a great deal of shit also, will know that I have done these things to punish wickedness, despite my clear, unbreakable promise that I will not again do so, which will make at least one of us a liar. Neither shall there any more be a flood to destroy the earth. And God said, This is a token of the covenant which I make between me and you and every living creature that is with you, for perpetual generations. And Noah did expect a massive insurance payout for all of the damage that had been done and all the life that had been lost, and truly biblical compensation for the year that he had spent in a large packing crate full of animals out at sea. But, as everyone doth know, no such payouts are forthcoming when it can be established that the losses incurred are the direct result of an act of God, and Noah's claim was denied. I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth. And Noah did say, Is that it? For at this time there were no wind, no fee lawyers, for they had been deemed truly evil, and had been one of the reasons that the Lord did flood the earth in the first place. And it shall come to pass, when I bring a cloud over the earth, that the bow shall be seen in the cloud. For as you will have never seen a cloud before, and as you are a backward inbred from the Bronze Age, you will have no knowledge of the refraction of light by water vapours within the atmosphere. And I will remember my covenant, which is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh, which will be quite an achievement considering all the things that the Lord, who is all-knowing and does possess a perfect plan for all of creation, has forgotten about so far, and will continue to forget about as the story does unfold. Now the water shall no more become a flood to destroy all flesh, except during localized flooding, which shall from time to time occur, and FEMA camps shall be created, and a great many people shall stay a great time within a sports stadium, and it shall come to pass that it shall be said that the President does not care about black people. And the bow shall be in the cloud, and I will look upon it, that I may remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of all flesh that is upon the earth. For I do need such things to remind me not to get into uncontrollable rages and flood us the fucking place, destroying everything, because when you are to God, such things can be so easy to forget. And God said unto Noah, yet again, This is the token of the covenant which I have established between me and all flesh that is upon the earth, because Noah was obviously a little slow on the uptake. And the sons of Noah that went forth of the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And Ham is the father of Canaan, which will become important later on. These are the 3 sons of Noah, and of them was the whole earth overspread. For Noah did have a very multicultural family, with one of his sons being white, another being black, and a third being oriental. And Noah didst not question his wife over this, considering that he was olive-skinned, and not one of his sons did look like him. And Noah began as a husbandman, and he planted a vineyard, for he did not want to know his wife, a fact that should have been obvious from the fact that it took him 500 years to start a family in the first place, and probably how he ended up with 3 sons, each one being a different colour. And he drank of the wine, and was drunken, and he was uncovered within his tent, laying in a pool of his own vomit, with a half-eaten kebab on his chest, clutching a road cone like it was a lifebuoy, and he was a drowning man at sea. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father, and told his two brethren without. For the sight of an old man doing something disgusting is something that must be shared, not just for the humour, or to take photographs of him in his stupor to remind the drunken old bastard what a state he got into the following day when he sobers up, but because the sight of it is so horrific that it is hilarious to watch the reactions on their faces when they do see it and do realize what they are looking at. Why else would Lemon Party be so popular? And Shem and Japheth took a garment, and laid it upon their shoulders, and went backwards, and covered the nakedness of their father. And their faces were backwards, for they were not taking any chances, and they saw not their father's nakedness, as what has been seen cannot be unseen, and they were squeamish about seeing another man's cock. And Noah awoke from his wine, and knew what his younger son had done unto him. And he did feel like a bloody idiot, and he had the mother of all hangovers, and did fancy a bacon sandwich. And he said, Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren. For in days of old, just as it had been with Adam and Eve, it was perfectly acceptable to punish the children and future generations of someone who had done something quite trivial, that is, the direct result of something really stupid that you had done yourself. And he said, Blessed be the Lord God of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant, for he will have a life of servitude, and all his generations after him. Because his father did see me with my cock out when I did get shit-faced on homebrew. And in years to come there shall be an excellent way to justify slavery, as cotton does not pick itself. God shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, as he will be too much of a lazy fat bastard to go out and get his own tent. And Canaan shall be his servant, and none of this did sound unfair in any way at all. And Noah lived after the flood 350 years, which, considering that the flood lasted a year and Noah was 600 years old when it started, and therefore 601 when it finished, would make Noah 951 years old when he died. The next verse would therefore become one of those errors in this book that do not exist. And all the days of Noah were 950 years, and unlike his predecessors, he did not have any more sons and daughters, but rather passed his time making wine and hanging out in his tent, getting shit-faced and reminiscing about how much fun it was to be a sailor. And he died. And he did go up into heaven, bringing a bottle with him as he went, and did party with the Lord for the rest of eternity. And the two of them did get drunk, and did run around in the altogether, taking turns at being Roger the cabin boy, and digging for buried treasure.